Hi, my name is Joey, and today we'll be looking at the science behind the arm bar. The arm bar, also commonly known as juji gatame, is a very effective joint lock. And probably that's why it became very popular during different martial art competitions. During the video, we will analyze the body movements of the juji gatame, take a closer look at the forces that are created on the elbow during the lock, and try to understand what kind of damage the arm bar can inflict on the elbow. We push the opponent's body down with our legs, while pulling his hand down with our hands and the weight of our torso. While doing so, we push our hip upwards. By doing so, we enlarge the curvature of our lower back. So while performing the lock, the whole body creates a large arch. To create and maintain this structure, all the muscles at the bottom of the arch need to contract. This leads to there being 3 different forces activated on the opponent's body. The lower part of our legs and our hand and torso will create 2 different downward forces. And the thigh that is positioned underneath the elbow will create an upward force. Because these forces are working in an opposite direction, this causes shear stress on the elbow. This causes the elbow to hyperextend. And if the arm bar proceeds, eventually the hyperextension would lead to damage to the elbow. The potential damage that can be done to the elbow during the arm bar is diverse. This is because there are many tissues in and around the elbow joint, such as cartilage, ligaments, tendons, muscles, and bone. So to understand what injuries are most likely to occur during the arm bar, we took a look at these 2 studies. These studies examined the damages done to jiu-jitsu competitors that were injured from the juji gatame during competition. The first damage we'll look at is sprains and ruptures of the MCL ligament in the elbow. And on the other side of the elbow, the study found sprains in the LCL ligament. And although the study only found sprains, we can assume that if we would push the elbow further, we will also find tears in the LCL ligament. The study also found sprains in the distal bicep tendon, and we can assume that if the lock would continue, instead of a sprain, we would see a tear in the tendon. And since the bicep is a prime mover in the flexion of the elbow, such a tear will drastically hurt our ability to bend our elbow. Another tendon that was found to be damaged during the competitions was the common flexor tendon. The common flexor tendon is needed for us to be able to flex our fingers and our palm. The study also found bone damages. The study found microfractures on the head of one of the forearm bones, known as the olecranon, and microfractures at the bottom of the humerus, which is the arm bone. This makes sense because during hyperextension of the elbow, the olecranon will be pressured into the humerus, which will cause microfractures. Now, these microfractures were documented during competition, where the competitor is most likely tapped out. And we know we can create a lot of force with the juji gatame. Therefore, if we were to continue the arm bar to its natural conclusion, instead of microfractions, we would see full breaks. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. We'll really appreciate it if you could leave a like, subscribe, and maybe watch another one of our videos. Till next time, I've been Joey, and this was Martial Arts Science.